Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chrisley knows best. Fans are appalled over Savannah and Chase's recent deceit. What exactly do fans think the Chrisley siblings lied about? Keep reading for the scoop. Fans appalled over Savannah and Chase Chrisley's recent deceit. About a month ago, Savannah Chrisley uploaded an episode of her podcast titled The Chrisley Sibling Update. With that title, fans expected updates on Chase, Chloe, and Grayson. Unfortunately, that is not what listeners received. Just yesterday, a fan of the reality TV family took to Reddit to discuss this particular episode of her podcast. The OP of the thread called Savannah and Chase out for misleading everyone with the headline, as it had nothing to do with an update on Savannah's siblings. The OP complained, "This had nothing to do with sibling updates. All they talked about were documents being taken from the warehouse, and the government broke the law and their parents' criminal history." In one of the top comments on the thread, one individual admitted they were not looking forward to the series if lies and deceit were what they could expect. Shifting gears a bit, fans admit what really frustrates them is Savannah and Chase continuing to insist their parents are innocent. Fans argue there is a mountain of evidence against the Chrisley family, and the family is just bitter. Bitter the government found paperwork they were hiding in the warehouse. As a whole, fans were all over the place in the Reddit thread. Here's some of what other fans had to say regarding their feelings about the Chrisley family right now. Overall, the consensus among the chatter on Reddit was that the name of the podcast was misleading. They wanted updates on Chloe and Grayson. Do you agree that the name of the podcast was a bit misleading? Did Savannah and Chase Chrisley lie? Moreover, do you agree with fan chatter that the family is a bit delusional in thinking Todd and Julie might get out on an appeal? Chase Chrisley, formerly on Chrisley Knows Best, opened up about how Todd and Julie suffer a lot of heartbreak during their prison sentences for fraud and tax-related convictions. Both of them reported to their respective prisons in January this year, and that means it's been a long separation of 7 months. Of course, many more months of not seeing each other lie ahead. Chase Chrisley is concerned about Todd and Julie's prison conditions. Todd and Julie's daughter Savannah is busy campaigning to raise awareness about prison conditions. Incredibly, allegations emerged that Julie lives in a place that is infested with poisonous snakes. Apparently, the FNC Lexington staff that work there resort to using mace to discourage the scary reptiles. While many people believe the former reality TV stars deserve to serve their time, snakes next to the bed seem archaic. However, that's not what causes their heartbreak. Chase Chrisley and his siblings obviously hope that Todd and Julie can get out of prison as soon as possible. Recently, they got in a new legal team, and Jay Sargent of Wiener Law Group wants to address the poor living conditions first. After that, presumably, he will continue to appeal their incarceration. Actually, plenty of fans feel that the court should have considered Grayson, 17, and 10-year-old Chloe's needs when they sent them behind bars for a combined 19-year sentence. Imagine not being able to talk to or see your partner for 7 years. That's how long it's going to be before Julie can even call her husband. Meanwhile, Todd just can't deal with the separation. He serves his time in Pensacola, Florida. According to Extra, Todd's son said, "It's over 200 days now, which is really tough for them because my mom and dad are obsessed with each other." Of course, he also talked about conditions, and once again mentioned that while his mom has snakes, she still does not have any air conditioning. Chase Chrisley doesn't need to tell his fans how much his parents love each other. The show on the USA Network might have been mostly scripted. However, the close bond between the married couple was always evident. A close family, Bar Kyle and Lindsay. It seems that a lot of heartbreak happens every day. Probably that's why Grayson seems to be angry and broken while he grieves for his mom and dad. Certainly, he's old enough to understand the pain of separation. Chase Chrisley believes that his parents are suffering loss and heartbreak to further someone's personal agenda. Asked if he believes Todd and Julie would be in prison if they were not famous from the Chrisley Knows Best show, he replied, "No, I don't, I really don't. We were a big fish for them." Talking about their upcoming reality TV show, it seems that fans won't see Todd and Julie. However, Chase said, "We want to give people hope."